Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today I'm going to show you this project. Sometimes it's really fun to do a project, to make a project where you are using something that you already have and bringing in something new, and that's what I'm going to do today with this lovely Label Me Bold stamp set, which I adore, and Butterfly Gala, which has been around for some time. Right, so to start off we are going to stamp using some black memento ink, and I'm just taking a little scrap of cardstock here, and these stamps are designed to come in a pair. Oh, and I've got ink on my card already. Let's turn it over. They are in a pair because it then is so easy to get them to line up with the matching punch, which, as you can see, punches two butterflies at a time. I find it's easier to colour in and then punch, just because you've got the little bits and pieces there that you're not trying to do a tiny bit. But also it does mean that if you go over the edges when you colour, it doesn't matter because you're going to punch them off, because these actually do punch nice and tight up to the image. So I'm doing a little bit of colour here. This one I'm using at the moment is the Pineapple Punch, the dark Pineapple Punch. Then I'm going to use the dark Flirty Flamingo. And this has been in my teaching room and it is a bit smushed on the end. So the one thing to remember when you're using blends is the brush end is... you have to be quite gentle with them because they can smush if you press too hard, and I have got a little bit of smushing going on in this one. If you are somebody who's a bit heavy-handed, which I can be sometimes with stamps, but if you are with blends, then actually using the other end is quite a good idea, because if you're pressing hard you won't damage the other end. The other end is like a little bullet tip. That you've got to be a bit more gentle on those brushes. Okay, so there's our butterflies, and you can see I've gone over the edges and I've blended them all in a little bit, and then we're going to line this up, punch our two butterflies out. Now the background piece that I'm using is out of this Label Me Bold, is this one, this image here. And I think all of these images are really useful. They're just like a really useful stamp, just for kind of a little bit of texture or a little bit of background. So I'm going to start in the middle, one near the top. And I'll do this one the other way up, not that there's a right or a wrong. One down near the bottom. And I have stamped that in Flirty Flamingo. And then what we need to do is to stamp our antennae and the bodies onto our butterflies. Now, when you are stamping these are tiny little stamps, so you need to ink those up, and then I might need to put my head in front of the camera here so I can see where I'm going, but they will stamp beautifully. But there is a smaller one, so you've got a small body and a large body, and the same with the antenna. I don't think you've only got one size. And there's our little bodies on there, and then we've got the antennae. Now I want to be able to pop this up on some dimensionals, so what I'm going to do is just put that in so I've got a rough idea of where it's going. And you don't want to press too hard again with these antennae. That's my big one. There's my little one. Just looking for it, and let's see where we want this butterfly to go. He's going to be about there. So there's my little antennae there. And then we'll take a big dimensional for the big butterfly and a small dimensional for that little one. And the other stamps that are in here are some little dots, some little stars and little hearts. And I'm using the little hearts on this, this one here. So there's my 3 little hearts. And then I'm going to pop pop a greeting on there, and I'm going to use a happy birthday. Let's take a little strip of Whisper White and stamp on my happy birthday. And then I'm going to take my scissors and cut this out. And this is what I really like about this stamp set. The greetings are really easy to use, even if you don't have the right sized punch or die. You don't have to stamp direct onto the project. You can stamp onto a separate piece and then pop that up. And I'm going to use my mini dimensionals again and pop 1 and 2 of those on. And there we go, there's a little happy birthday version of that card. That's just layered up onto a piece of basic black and onto a base card in Flirty Flamingo again. So have a look in your craft room and find a much loved stamp that you haven't used for a while. When's the last time you got your butterflies out? If it was last week, yay for you. But if it's been a while, get your butterflies out or your favourite stamp and mix it with something new that you've got, like Label Me Bold. Thanks for visiting Elizabeth's craft room today, and I look forward to welcoming you back again soon.